What's up y'all, it's Mage, and this is part 4 of the movement guide. If you're new here, part 4 is going to be the last part of this series of guides. If somehow I had the hard read and you are new here, then go ahead and check out the previous videos in this series. Putting all 4 videos together into one training regimen is highly recommended. This video is going to be going over platform movement and what drills you can do to improve it. This 4-part guide is very close to being finished. So if you enjoyed it or it helped you out, then consider leaving a like. Now, with the intro out the way, let's get into the video. Alright y'all, as always, we're going to start off with the basics, which means we're going to start off with just jumping on platforms. Let's get 6 sets of 8. On sets 1 through 3, jump on a bottom platform. And on sets 4 through 6, jump on the top. This drill is very simple, just worry about getting up there and that's it. You can drop through however you want. Next up, we have jumping on the platforms with fast fall. It's the same exact drill as before, just with a fast fall. Let's get 6 sets of 8 and we can move on. Up next, we have double jumping onto platforms. Of course, as you see on screen, you need to fast fall. We will also be only making use of the bottom platform here. Let's get 3 sets of 8 and we can move on. Now for the next drill, we have running off the platform with no fast fall. I'm going to say this right now, it does not matter how you get on a platform, just make sure you run off of it. Other than that, this drill is very simple. Let's get 3 sets of 10 and move on. The next run off drill we have is running off with fast falls. This is a really important drill, both of them are actually. To this day, I still get stuck on platforms. With this drill, getting stuck on platforms will be a thing of the past, hopefully. But yeah, this is very identical to the last drill, so keep the reps the same. Moving on, we have running off the platform with the tags. This drill speaks for itself. Let's do 3 sets of 10 and we can move on. Next up, we have dropping through the platform. Like the other drills, it does not matter how you get up there. Just make sure you drop through each and every time. Let's get 3 sets of 10 and we're going to move on. Moving on, we have dropping through the platform with the tags. Again, a very simple drill, but very necessary. Give me 3 sets of 10 and we're going to move on. Now, this is when drills get a little crazy. With this drill, you want to fake your initial drop through with a jump. This can be used as a mix-up for the previous drill, which is attacking, and it's really good at beating grabs. But watch out, because you can still get smacked in the face for doing this. But yeah, let's get 3 sets of 10 and we're going to move on. And just so you know, the amount of reps and sets are not going to change. They're going to stay 3 of 10. So I will not say it anymore until they do change. Up next, we have an extension of the last drill. Instead of just falling through and doing nothing, this time fall through with an attack. This one takes a little bit more finesse, but with enough practice, it becomes very trivial. This next drill is going to continue the trend of dropping through the platform and double jumping back up. Except this time, instead of falling through the platform, you just fast fall right back onto it. Mastering this will make your platform movement very ambiguous. Up next, we're going to take it a little bit easier. Just do a standard drop through followed by a turnaround. This drill is simple but very important, so do not skip it. Next up, we have circle chopping, better known as the Isaiah drop. If you want more info on this technique, then check out Trix's video on the topic. He explains the topic in depth while giving really great applications. I think it's a very important technique to have down, so definitely want to get this into practice. Next up, we have Isaiah drop with attacks. This drill explains itself. You just want to attack after doing the initial Isaiah drop. Up next, we have Isaiah drop with double jump. Unlike the previous drills, it does not matter what you do after your double jump. What I mean by that is that you can do whatever you want, whether it be a fall or a fake. Now for the very last dropping drill, we have circle drop with attacks. This one of course is going to take a little bit of finesse, but with enough practice, this will become second nature. And you definitely want to master Isaiah drop because you can do stuff like this. Yeah, it's insane. Definitely get this into practice. Who knows what this can open up for the rest of the cast. Now let's move on to the next set of drills. Our next drill is going to be jumping off platforms safely. As the name entitles, you just want to jump off the platform in the safest way possible for your character. A lot of things go into playing the game correctly, and leaving the platform safely is definitely one of them. Let's get 3 sets of 5 and we're going to move on. Up next, we have jumping and falling through platforms. Very straightforward drill here. Just do as it says and you'll be alright. Let's get 3 sets of 8 and we can move on. Just like the last drill, we have jumping through the platform. But except this time, do it with aerial drill. Give me 3 sets of 8 and we're going to move on here. Next drill is going to be jumping through platforms with attacks. Again, this might take a little bit of finesse, so take your time with this drill. Let me get 3 sets of 8 and we can move on. The next drill is going to be jumping and falling through the platforms with your double jump. This pretty much follows the trend of the last set of drills that we did, so you can pretty much guess the next drill. If you guessed double jump fake, you're correct. But the trend will stop here as there are no more repetitive drills. Let me get 3 sets of 8 and we can move on. Our next drill is going to be platform ghosting. All you're going to be doing is just jumping over the platform and falling through it. This is a good way to beat somebody that's camping under the platform. Give me 3 sets of 10 for this drill and we can move on to the next one. Next up, we have platform ghosting with attacks. It's the same as last drill, except for this time you're going to be doing out an attack. Let's do 3 sets of 10 and we can move on. Moving on to our next set of drills, we have Wavelanding. If you need any help doing this, please refer back to my very first movement guide. At the start of that video, you will find the exact inputs. Here's a timestamp where they show up at. Let me get 4 sets of 12 and we can move on. Carrying on, we have Wavelanding to the top platform. As I said in the first video, this technique is definitely underutilized. It's a great alternative to landing on a platform with a fast fall. Proper use of Wavelanding will definitely up your platform game. Again, let's get 4 sets of 12 and we're going to move on. For our next drill, we have ledge slipping. This drill can be done in a multitude of ways, making it very special. And yes, with the use of this, you can even ledge jump, making rolling to the ledge a scary option. There's a multitude of ways to condition your opponent here with the use of roll. And now, you can add one more option with the use of ledge slipping. And there's even character specific stuff that you can do with the use of ledge slips. For example, Falco has ledge slip Phantasm. This really elevates his kill game. If you want to know more about this, then please check out the video that Trix made on it. With that being said, we're moving on. Up next, we have Waveland ledge slip. Yes, this could have been included with ledge slipping, but I want to make it its own drill. This drill can give wave landing and ledge slipping even more utility. Let's get 4 sets of 12 and we're going to move on. Next up, we have edge canceling. This is character dependent, but I think everybody should know how to do this technique. This opens up tons of mix-up and movement options. If you guys need help with this, I'm pretty sure there's a video somewhere, but if you want me to make one, let me know. We're almost done, just a few drills left. But anyways, let me get 3 sets of 8 and we can move on to the next set of drills. Now we're on the final set of drills. The first one is going to be B reversing off platforms. This is a pretty standard drill, but if you struggle with B reversing, then check out my previous video that I made on it. In that video, I'll go over the exact inputs and the frame data. But anyways, give me 3 sets of 10 and we can move on. This drill is the exact same as the last one, except for this time, you're just going to be dropping through the platform. Give me 3 sets of 10 and we're going to move on. Next drill is going to be wave bouncing off platforms. A wave bounce is just a B turnaround followed by a B reverse. Again, part 3 goes over the movement option much more in depth, so check it out if you're having trouble. Let's get 3 sets of 10 and we can move on. Our final mandatory drill is going to be wave bouncing through platforms. You never know when you might need to do this, so it'll be good just to have the input down. But yeah, give me 3 sets of 10 and we are going to be done with platform movement. Now for the optional drill. If you completed all of the drills and still want more to practice, then for 5 minutes, just go around and move however you want to. And if you're really bored, it doesn't even have to be 5 minutes. It can be even longer than that. 5 minutes is just a staple. Just don't burn yourself out. And that's gonna be it, y'all. The movement series has to come to an end. A few more things before I go though. This whole entire series is what I do for practice. It took a very long time for me to become consistent with this. So if you're messing up in the drills or if you don't get everything perfect, don't worry about it. Just stick to this regimen and over time everything will become second nature. I recommend doing one video at least once a week. If you want to do them all twice a week, either you have to cut one video, seeing how there's only 7 days in a week, or you can do 2 videos in 1 day. I recommend just doing everything once though. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Thank you all for your positive feedback on this. I did not think this series would do this good, but it did, so thank you all for your support. Y'all are amazing. On another note, I'm working on something massive, and if you guys know what it is, power to you. If you don't, no spoilers. It's going to be even bigger than this movement guide. Yes, all 4 parts. If you want to see that, consider sticking around, but I'm not going to take up any more of your time. If you found this entire series to be helpful, then consider liking and subscribing. And if you really liked it or want to keep up to date with me, then hit the bell. But yeah, it's been Mage, and I'm gonna head out.